Okay, so I'm gonna read what I wrote for the challenge, although not what I wrote, because what I wrote is this, and it's at the end of the book, because this book kind of refuses to be written in order. I don't know why. So Jessica wants to hear the beginning, so that's what I'm gonna read. To begin with, there was Jana. No one knew where she came from. She simply was. No one knew she existed because there was only her. She was lonely. She wanted companionship. She could not stand being alone anymore. She created within herself 2 children, and created for herself and the babies a world that they could inhabit together. The boys were born 2 weeks sooner than expected. One Jana called Jude, the little boy who came out bright red and screaming. The other she called Jesse, pink and observant. He just watched his brother until little Jude could not scream anymore. As the boys grew, they became harder to tell apart, except when they would talk. They looked exactly alike. Jana would often have to ask who she was about to talk to before she knew. This never bothered Jesse. Yes, he would have preferred it if his own mother could tell who he was, but he figured he knew himself, he was not his brother, and that's all that mattered. Jude, however, grew more and more furious. He had a temper from the beginning, oftentimes trying to take his frustration out on Jesse. He would be so mad that all Jesse had to do was step aside and Jude would be hitting a wall. The more this went on, the more angry Jude became. He would go days on end by himself, destroying everything around him. One day Jana caught him in the act of his destruction. She asked why he was so angry, knowing full well, but wondered if he even knew. He said, "You what? I made everything for you and your brother. I made you. Why do you want to destroy it all?" "I hate you. I hate him. I hate everything around me. I want to be alone. If it were only me, then no one would think I was something else. No one would be walking around with my face. It would only be me, and that would be enough. Being just you would be lonely. I think it would be a relief. Eventually you would want someone else. Then I'll make someone. I'll fill the whole world with people, and all of them will know me and know who I am and what I want," Jude said, walking over, sitting down next to a tree, hanging up a clump of grass as he sat. Not knowing what else to do, Jana went back to her business. Jude said something that inspired her. She made a whole world for herself and her sons, but a good portion of it was going to waste. She had made more than was necessary. Why not put it to use? Make more people. They had a place to live with her supervision. She could see that everyone had a chance to be happy, and as Jude made her realize, she could not exist forever. She had been for a very long time, but she couldn't always be. One day it would be just the 2 boys, and she knew that that would not last very long. She knew the pain of being alone for so long. She never wanted any being to have to know the complete solitude that she had known. She needed to populate this world for her own peace of mind, if nothing else. There's a bunch more, but I did this all single-spaced. And I'm sorry, I'm not very good at reading aloud, but whatever, my story, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So yeah.